The Koshka sniper rifle is a gun that I do not like. I'm sorry, out of all the Black Ops 4 snipers and COD snipers in general, this one ain't it. It's got a really slow rate of fire, it's not that great in terms of damage, it's ugly, it's got a stupid name, and it sounds bad. And now I just sound like the average American describing anyone who's not white. But anyway, the Koshka, round 50. Let's get it. Now the map of choice today is Tag der Toten. Usually I don't like to start with this map as it is the easiest map in the game, but Tag is also the only map in the game that offers the Koshka as a war buy. So I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer that this is the map for the run. We spawn in with the Strife and get to it. We hang about in spawn for the first 4 rounds, whilst the stiletto knife on the Strife is a one-hit kill. Beginning of round 4, I make my move and start getting through the rest of the map. By the end of the same round, I have the blue rock and the 2-wheeled things in place for the zipline. I take out the last zombie and start making my way towards the hermit. It was only now, as I was halfway up the stairs in the lighthouse, that I realised I'd forgotten to actually turn on the power whilst on the ship. But as I'm way too lazy to go back and turn on the power, then run all the way back to the hermit, I just didn't bother. The zipline was finally mine, but I didn't leave for the facility just yet, as believe it or not, this isn't actually the first attempt. The first attempt actually saw me get to around 15 until I noticed I wasn't actually recording any gameplay, it was just my stupid face. Proper professional of me, you know? But in my first run, I discovered that the Koshka costs $4.5 grand. Like, why? $4.5 grand for a sniper is wild, but I needed it. I also needed more points, so after collecting the zipline, I headed down to the OG Call of the Dead spawn and started blasting some zombies for their points. By the end of round 6, I finally had enough points for the gun, and I made my way up to the facility and got the Koshka bought. And this is where the real pain begins. For some reason, I keep coming back to snipers time and time again, even though I myself am awful at using them, and this time that's no different. The Koshka just feels weird to use as well. Like, I don't really know how to explain it, but in comparison to the other snipers I've done these challenges with, the Koshka just feels ass. It has this strange delay between aim and when I left click to fire to when the gun actually fires. Almost like you aren't allowed to shoot the gun until you fully aimed the gun. Like, why? Also, not to mention the ADS animation makes me want to throw up. I don't know what it is about it, but I hate it. Alright, now we've got that out of the way. I hung about up in the facility for a little while, mainly until I had enough points to buy Wind as well, so I didn't have to make another trip up top anytime soon. At the end of round 8, after, potentially almost dying, I managed to get my first perk of the game bought, and afterwards I was headed back down to the main part of the map. From here, I was stuck in 2 minds. Do I get perks or do I get Pack-a-Punch? And eventually I landed on the latter. On round 10, after grinding together enough cheddar for our first upgrade, I made my way over to the ship for power, and once it was activated, it automatically made the golden Pack-a-Punch active, meaning on round 10, I had a fully upgraded Koshka. After being thrown back onto the ship, I hung about for a few rounds until I had enough points for both Stamina Up and Bandolier Bandit. On round 13, I had both of these perks bought and headed back to the main spawn. I did take a little detour on the way back to spawn and grabbed the final shield part. I don't typically build the shield on this map, as I do like to keep this door closed, but I thought as I've got a sniper, I might as well take that extra level of security. With the shield built, the Koshka upgraded and my perks bought, I didn't have anything to worry about. Any gun being fully upgraded at such a low round is a banger, and as you can imagine, the teen rounds didn't stand a chance as the Koshka just tore right through them with ease. The 20s began to get a little bit more exciting as more and more zombies spawned, which meant I was using a lot more ammo. Now luckily, I had a war buy to get ammo from, but that meant taking a pretty sketchy route up to the facility, by first taking the zipline to the top of the lighthouse, and this is where it gets sketchy, as I have to then wait for the zipline to cool down, and with zombies rapidly spawning all around me, it's not the most fun wait in the world. Only to finally take the zipline up to the facility and pray that I can buy the ammo before the zombies come jumping through the window right next to the wall buy. So yeah, the whole journey for ammo is basically one big death trap. How fun! It was only after returning from my death trap ammo run that I realised I hadn't actually bought Quick Revive yet. So at the beginning of round 23, I got it bought and continued on. The rest of the 20s were fairly simple, however as I closed in around 30, I noticed that the Koshka was starting to struggle, and it being a sniper, I honestly didn't think I'd need to be worrying about that just yet, but here we are. The gun was starting to struggle with taking down zombies with a single bullet to the chest, which is fair enough. I also didn't have the operator mod, which deals bonus damage to that area, so that doesn't help. The other thing that didn't help was my aim. Now having to hit headshots to guarantee the kill was a worry to say the least, but I kept on going. By the mid-30s, the Koshka was fully only able to one-shot zombies to the head. This started to become more of an issue around about now, as I was running out of ammo almost once a round at this point, and my ammo run was becoming more and more scary by the round. Round 37 also saw my first down of the game, which was slightly tilting as I get stuck on a zombie, and then the rest of the round just pile on top of me and I'm downed. Now if I hadn't forgot to re-up my shield the round prior, would I have survived there? Yes, I probably would have actually, now I think about it, but oh well. From this point on, the rounds get quite tedious. Each round the Koshka felt weaker and weaker to the point where I was fairly certain that I was no longer able to collat zombies. I made it to the 40s, and this is where the real slogfest started. Each round was slow, and to be honest, a chore to get through. And when I ran out of ammo and had to make an ammo run, I was for sure certain this would be the one where I get killed. But luckily, I kept making it through. Although on round 42, I did think I was screwed, as I saw a whole lot of zombies come running right at me with only a Wraithfire to protect me. But I made it through once again by the skin of my teeth. However, on round 44, I wouldn't be so lucky. I'm about halfway through the round and I'm taking out zombies until I miss a few shots and some zombies spawn behind me and break my shield. Only then for me to get myself stuck in a zombie sandwich and, well, you know how this one ends. I didn't want to just beeline it for perks immediately after getting revived, as that would just be a death sentence, so I kept on making my way through the round until I ran out of ammo. I make my way up to the wall by, but as I get there, a bunch of zombies come jumping out of that window, and my sketchy strats finally caught up with me. I tried taking them out, but there's no use, as more and more zombies just spawn in, and it's game over. Round 44 isn't too bad, especially on a first try. Usually, I'd run it back, but honestly, round 44 with the Koshka was either blind luck or just straight up Chad plays that I probably won't be able to replicate. And with that, thank you very much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.